Bro, what are you even living for? Do you wake up and you're like, fuck, I gotta wake up? You stay in bed an extra hour. You wake up, you cook you some breakfast. Now you're like, fuck, what am I gonna do? Or do you wake up and you already know what the fuck you gotta do? And, you're to the point where you've already visualized getting it done at the highest level. And then you go out into the world and then you fucking do it. I mean, what are you living for? What are you fighting for? Why are you breathing? Are you taking up space on Earth? Or are you actively using the space that you inhabit, to create something, that reflects the beauty within you? To create something in the highest form, a reflection of the highest version of you. To wake up with intention to do something with your fucking life. You guys are waking up and you don't even have a reason to wake up. If you don't have a reason to wake up, that means you're not motivated to live. And you have to understand that if you need motivation to live, if you don't have a reason, means you lack motivation, meaning you don't have a reason to live. Why the fuck are you living? If you lack motivation, you have to understand that the only motivation is the life that you get. Like, you only live once. That's a motivation. I mean, you live at your mom's house. That's a fucking motivation. It's like you guys are blind in so many fucking areas. It's like you guys are blinded, and then when someone reveals to you where you're blind at, you go back to pretending like you can't see it, but you can't see the unseen. I mean, yeah, you can't see what the fuck is revealed to you because you already saw the shit. So now that shit's imprinted in your fucking subconscious mind, and now you have to actually live with the fact that you've seen what the fuck you just saw, and you can't pretend like it doesn't fucking exist. So when you look in the mirror and you see you're a fat bitch, well, understand that you can't escape that fact, and that fact is either gonna haunt you subconsciously, or you're gonna wake up and you're gonna realize that all you have to do is make a simple fucking decision and actually act upon it to make a change. All of you guys believe you're stuck, but in reality, you're the one keeping yourself stuck. All of you guys pretend like you can't just elevate beyond your fucking limitation, but then you realize that you are the limit, and then you concrete that limit because every time you said you were gonna do it, you skipped yourself out. Every time you said you were going to do it, you lied to yourself and didn't fucking do it. And so now you have evidence. You've gave your mind evidence to work against you. So when it is time to get this shit done, you're not going to get this shit done because you've already gave your mind evidence that you couldn't do it. When you can't do it, you just gave your mind false evidence. And now you're a victim to this court case going on in your mind. And now you're falsely accused of being a bitch when all you had to do was actually complete the task you said you were going to do, you dumb fuck. So every time you say you're going to lose the weight, every time you say you're going to quit the addiction, and you fail, remember, you give your mind false evidence. So when it's time to be accused of being a bitch, your mind has solidified and concrete that fact to make sure that you are a bitch when it's time to, dissect, or when it's time to make a move to change. But you're so much of a bitch, and you've given so much evidence of being a bitch that you can't even fucking change. Another thing is, you guys fucking show up and think that's it. You show up and then you do the fucking minimum. You do the task at the lowest level that you could fucking do it. So you wake up, you say you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, and you do it, but you do it at the fucking lowest level. Do yourself a favor, and if you're gonna do some shit, do it at the fucking highest level. If you're not out of breath, if you're not fucking drenched in sweat, then go back in your fucking bed, because all you're doing is wasting your fucking time. If you're not actually concreting and solidifying power, consciousness through action by testing your mental capacity and ability by going, further and beyond physically, then what the fuck are you even going physical for, motherfucker? Get back in the fucking bed, put the blanket and the pillow over your fucking face, and remember, you are a bitch, and showing up isn't enough. You need to do more than show the fuck up. If you want to do some shit with your life, you're going to have to go beyond, and, you're going to have to take maybe 100 extra steps to get to where you want to go, mentally, physically, spiritually, financially. You're going to have to do more than what the fuck you think. And to show up and think that's enough is to be rendered mentally inferior, because you're supposed to show up and give your best. If life is like a movie, everyone says my life is like a movie. They go to a party, they get drunk, they get high. It was a movie last night, bro. Your life is like a movie. Your life is a performance. What is your fucking rating? Are you a 10 out of 10? Do you wake up every day 10 out of 10? 10 out of 10? 10 out of 10? 8 out of 10? 7.5? Okay. 8 out of 10? 9 out of 10? The goal is 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10. You won't get a 10 out of 10 every fucking day. But if you wake up with the intention to get a 10 out of 10, you won't score below a 7. And to be below a 7 is to be a bitch. So don't go below a 7. And so if life is a performance and we're watching you perform and this is what the fuck you show up as, bitch. Remember, you are a bitch in every area of life. If you come to life and it's a performance and then you perform and you show up. So you show up, you woke up, right? So you woke up and now you're in existence, you're in the universe, you are inversing arithmetically and sequencing throughout life, and you show up as this a bitch. If life is performative and you're performing at a 3 out of 10, you're fat as fuck, you're addicted to alcohol, you're addicted to the vape, you're addicted to the weed, you're addicted to the porn, you're showing up as this bitch, and life is performance matter. We're basing you off of your performance for yourself. How hard do you work? How much do you pressurize yourself to form into a diamond? How much do you put your mind under tension with intention to grow? How much do you push out of the dirt to create a tree that's going to bear the fruit that you want in life? You show up to life, you show up, and you give bare fucking minimum. And when we call you a bitch, you have some fucking way to feel about it, but you never looked and inspected on how poor you are performing in life. You never looked and thought, fuck, I'm addicted. You never looked and thought, fuck, I'm fat as shit. You never thought, fuck, my mom works a 9 to 5 and I'm jerking off to porn. So every day you wake up, remember what the fuck you are not. You are not him. You are not that guy. And you definitely don't deserve any bitches because you're a bitch. You're so focused on pussy, you became a pussy bitch. Remember that you only live once. And if life is performance-based and you're not performing at the best for yourself, pussy bitch, remember that we're going to outperform you and we're going to decimate that desolate piece of shit bitch in the mirror you identify with. Because all you have to do is change what the fuck you identify with to change who the fuck you are, because your identity creates who the fuck you are. So your self-image is going to be a direct reflection of the way you act and the way you navigate your fucking life. And so all you pussies got this bitch of a self-image, and then you back that shit up with this pussy as evidence that you give to your own mind to keep you stuck in that pussy bitch half-assed bare minimum way of living. To wake up, show up, and do the fucking least like life isn't performative and the work you put in isn't directly correspondent and reflective of your fucking soul. All of you guys are empty vessels, pieces of shit, until you realize that you could do more than what the fuck you're doing. You're not gonna get far at all, bitch. So do yourself a favor, stop identifying with the low-level bitch that keeps on fucking your life up. Stop saying you have anger problems. Stop saying you're addicted. Stop saying you're a bitch. Look in the mirror, realize you have 100% possession over your mind, and start channeling that power energy into your fucking goals. For fuck's sake. Link in the description, the community. You join the community and you learn how to reprogram your subconscious mind. All of you guys are programmed to be a bitch. Your internal wiring is going to be reflective of how you correspond and how you navigate your external reality. You have to understand that as the perceiver of reality, you are perceiving and experiencing reality. You change the way you perceive reality, you change your experience. Get on the fucking program and build yourself into the individual you need, because that bitch isn't fucking cutting it. Every day you wake up and you waste your life. Make a fucking change and pursue your personal fucking development. Peace!